Have you ever wondered how the money in your wallet is actually made? That crisp, green US dollar bill didn't just appear from nowhere. It came from one of the most secure, high-tech facilities in the world, the US Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And today, we're taking you inside the US dollar factory to witness every step of how American currency is printed, inspected, and sent out into the world. It all begins with a level of security that rivals military operations. The US Bureau of Engraving and Printing, often referred to as the BEP, has facilities in Washington, D.C. and Fort Worth, Texas. These are no ordinary buildings, they're fortress-like with armed guards, surveillance systems, and layers of checkpoints. Getting inside is no easy task. And for good reason. What lies behind those walls is the very foundation of the American economy. The first step in printing money isn't even printing. It's paper. But this isn't the same paper you'd find in a notebook. U.S. currency is printed on a special cotton-linen blend, about 75% cotton and 25% linen. That blend gives the dollar its distinct texture and durability. And embedded within that paper are incredibly sophisticated security features. Tiny blue and red security fibers are woven into the sheets. For higher denominations like $100 bills, there's also a 3D security ribbon and color-shifting ink. Now, the BEP doesn't even make this paper. It's manufactured exclusively by Crane Currency, a private company that has supplied the U.S. government with currency paper for over 140 years. When the BEP receives this paper, it arrives in large, uncut sheets, each one capable of producing multiple bills. But they're still blank. No portraits, no serial numbers, no watermarks. Next comes the printing process. It takes place in several distinct stages, each adding specific details and layers of security to the bill. The first is called offset printing. This stage lays down the subtle background colors and patterns you see on a dollar bill. While earlier bills used to be mostly green and black, modern bills, especially higher denominations, have more complex color schemes designed to deter counterfeiting. The offset printing machines are massive, industrial-scale presses that move these uncut sheets at blinding speeds. Each sheet passes through with remarkable precision, ensuring that every note is exactly where it should be. Mistakes are not tolerated. These machines operate with micrometer-level accuracy. After the background colors are applied, the sheets are left to dry. Then comes one of the most iconic stages, intaglio printing. This is where the real artistry happens. Using engraved steel plates, intaglio presses apply an extraordinary amount of pressure, over 20 tons, to embed the portraits, numerals, and fine lines into the paper. You know that raised, textured feel on a dollar bill? That's the result of intaglio printing. Each engraving plate is a masterpiece in itself. Skilled engravers can spend months hand-carving the face of a historical figure like George Washington or Benjamin Franklin. These engravings are done in reverse, so when pressed, the image appears correctly. It's an ancient craft merged with modern precision. The ink used in intaglio printing is thick and oily, and it creates rich, dark lines that can't be easily photocopied. That's another built-in security measure. As the sheets roll through, they pass under intense inspection lights. Operators monitor every detail for even the slightest misprint. If something is off, the entire sheet is rejected. Following intaglio, it's time to add the serial numbers, Treasury and Federal Reserve seals, and other important details. This is done during the letterpress stage, which also uses engraved plates, though not quite as deeply etched as those in intaglio. Here, each bill gets its unique serial number printed in green ink, along with the Federal Reserve identifier. Now imagine printing millions of bills, each with a unique number, and getting all the seals in exactly the right spot. The level of coordination and precision required is astonishing. The machines are synchronized down to fractions of a second. The green ink used is specially formulated and cannot be found anywhere else in the world. Once the serial numbers are on, the bills go through an optical inspection system. This is where advanced cameras scan every sheet, front and back, checking for alignment, ink density, and overall quality. The system compares each bill to a digital template, ensuring there are no flaws. If a sheet doesn't meet the exact standards, it's pulled from the line and either destroyed or set aside for reinspection. At this point, you might think the money is ready to go, but not quite yet. The sheets are still uncut. Each one typically contains 32 or 50 notes, depending on the denomination and printing run. Only after they've passed all inspections are they cut down to individual bills. These high-speed cutting machines slice the sheets with razor-sharp precision. But the journey isn't over. Now the bills must be bundled, verified, and packaged. Currency is grouped in stacks of 100 notes, then wrapped in bands. These bands are color-coded and marked for the denomination and Federal Reserve Bank destination. 10 of these 100-note stacks make up a brick of currency. And hundreds of these bricks are stacked, counted, and shrink-wrapped before being placed into secure vaults. Transporting all this cash is another high-security operation. The BEP doesn't just throw these bricks in a truck and drive them off. Each shipment is heavily guarded and tracked in real time. Armored vehicles, federal agents, and strict protocols ensure that not a single bill goes missing. Every dollar printed is accounted for down to the last cent. Now here's something you might not expect. The BEP doesn't control how much money gets printed. That decision comes from the Federal Reserve, America's central bank. The Fed evaluates the economy's needs, considers inflation, demand, and replacement rates for worn-out bills, and then places an order with the BEP. So the dollar factory isn't printing money based on politics, it's fulfilling an order like any manufacturer. Speaking of replacements, did you know that billions of dollars are destroyed every year? As money circulates, it gets damaged, ripped, stained, worn down. Banks and businesses send these bills back to the Federal Reserve, which evaluates their condition. Bills that are too damaged are shredded and replaced with new ones. Some of that shredded money even gets sold or used for novelty souvenirs. So the next time you hold a dollar bill, take a closer look. Feel the raised ink. Tilt it under the light. See the fine lines, the tiny details, and the hidden features. That piece of paper went through a complex journey to get to you, passing through one of the most secure and sophisticated facilities in the world. From raw cotton linen blend to a fully authenticated, ready-to-spend piece of currency, every dollar represents a triumph of engineering, design, and security. It's more than money. It's a symbol of American stability, accepted and recognized across the globe. And that's what really happens inside the U.S. dollar factory. Millions of dollars created each day, not from thin air, but through a meticulous, tightly controlled process that very few people get to witness firsthand. Now that you've seen how it all comes together, would you trust yourself to spot a fake? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, money might not grow on trees, but it definitely rolls off some incredible printing presses. Thanks for watching.